Hey dolls, welcome to our audio Bible reading for this week. We are reading Job chapters 1 to 7 for our Old Testament passages, and then our New Testament passage is coming from John chapter 16. We are reading verses 12 to 15. So really just allow Holy Spirit to open your spiritual eyes and ears and dig deep into the word to fully understand what his principles, precepts, and the specific context that he wants you to frame what it is that he is going to drop to you today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into Job 1.
There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was blameless and upright, and one who feared God with reverence, and abstained and turned away from evil, because he honored God. 7 sons and 3 daughters were born to him. He also possessed 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke pairs of oxen, 500 female donkeys, and a very great number of servants, so that this man was the greatest and wealthiest and most respected of all the men of the east northern Arabia. His sons used to go in turn and feast in the house of each one of his day, and they would send word and invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. When the days of their feasting were over, Job would send for them and consecrate them, rising early in the morning and offering burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." Job did this at all such times. Now there was a day when the sons of God, angels, came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan, adversary or accuser, also came among them. The Lord said to Satan, "From where have you come?" Then Satan answered to the Lord, "From roaming around on the earth and from walking around on it." The Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered and reflected on my servant Job? For there is no one like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God with reverence and abstains from and turns away from evil, because he honors God." Then Satan answered the Lord, "Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not put a hedge of protection around him and his house and all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands and conferred prosperity and happiness upon him, and his possessions have increased in the land. But put forth your hand now and touch or destroy all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Behold, all that Job has is in your power. Only do not put your hand on the man himself." So Satan departed from the presence of the Lord. Now there was a day when Job's sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And a messenger came to Job and said, "The oxen were plowing, and the donkeys were feeding beside them, and the Sabaeans attacked and swooped down on them and took away the animals. They also killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another messenger also came and said, "The fire of God, lightning has fallen from the heavens and has burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another messenger also came and said, "The Chaldeans formed 3 bands and made a raid on the camels, and have taken them away and have killed the servants with the edge of their sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another messenger also came and said, "Your sons and your daughters were eating and drinking in their oldest brother's house, and suddenly a great wind came from across the desert and struck the 4 corners of the house, and it fell on the young people, and they died, and I alone have escaped to tell you." Then Job got up, tore his robe, and shaved his head in mourning for the children, and he fell to the ground and worshipped God. He said, "Naked, without possessions, I came into this world from my mother's womb, and naked I will return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Through all of this, Job did not sin, nor did he blame God.
Job 2.
Again, there was a day when the sons of God, angels, came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan, adversary, accuser, also came among them to present himself before the Lord. The Lord said to Satan, "From where have you come?" Then Satan answered the Lord, "From roaming around on earth and from walking around on it." The Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered and reflected on my servant Job? For there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God with reverence and abstains from and turns away from evil, because he honors God, and he still maintains and holds tightly to his integrity, although you incited me against him to destroy him without cause. Satan answered to the Lord, skin for skin. Yes, a man will give all he has for his life, but put forth your hand now and touch his bone and his flesh and severely afflict him, and he will curse you to your face. So the Lord said to Satan, behold, he is in your hand, only spare his life. So Satan departed from the presence of the Lord and struck Job with loathsome boils and agonizingly painful sores from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. And Job took a piece of broken pottery from which to scrape himself, and he sat down among the ashes or rubbish heaps. Then his wife said to him, do you still cling to your integrity and your faith and trust in God without blaming him? Curse God and die. But he said to her, you speak as one of the spiritually foolish women speaks, ignorant and oblivious to God's will. Shall we indeed accept only good from God and not also accept adversity and disaster? In spite of all this, Job did not sin with words from his lips. Now, when Job's 3 friends heard of all this adversity that had come upon him, each one came from his own place. Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite, for they had made an appointment together to come to sympathize with him and to comfort him. When they looked from a distance and did not recognize him because of his disfigurement, they raised their voices and wept, and each one tore his robe in grief, and they threw dust over their heads toward the sky in sorrow. And so they sat down on the ground with Job for 7 days and 7 nights, and no one spoke a word to him, for they saw that his pain was very great.
Job 3.
After this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. And Job said, let the day on which I was born perish, and the night which announced, there is a man-child conceived. May that day be darkness. Let God above not care about it, nor shine light on it. Let darkness and gloom claim it for their own. Let a cloud settle upon it. Let all that blackens the day terrify it, the day that I was born. As for that night, let darkness seize it. Let it not rejoice among the days of the year. Let it not be counted in the number of the months. Behold, let that night be barren and empty. Let no joyful voice enter it. Let those who curse it, who curse the day, who are skilled in rousing up Leviathan. Let the stars of its early dawn be dark. Let the morning wait in vain for the light. Let it not see the eyelids of morning, the day's dawning, because it did not shut the doors of my mother's womb, nor hide trouble from my eyes. Why did I not die at birth? Come forth from the womb and just expire? Why did the knees receive me? And why the breast that I would nurse? For now I would have lain down and been quiet. I would have slept in. I would have been at rest in death with kings and counselors of the earth, who built up now desolate ruins for themselves, or with princes who had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Or like a miscarriage which is hidden and put away, I would not exist, like infants who never saw light. There in death the wicked cease from raging, and there the weary are at rest. There the prisoners rest together. They do not hear the taskmaker's voice. The small and the great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Why is the light given to him who is in misery, and life to the bitter in soul, who wait for death, but it does not come, and dig or search for death more diligently than for hidden treasures, who rejoice exceedingly and rejoice when they find the grave? Why is the light of day given to man whose way is hidden, and whom God has hedged in? For my groaning comes at the sight of my food, and my cries of despair are poured out like water. For the thing which I greatly fear comes upon me, and that of which I am afraid has come upon me. I am not at ease, nor am I quiet, and I am not at rest, yet trouble still comes upon me.
Job 4.
Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, if we dare to converse with you, will you be impatient or offended? But who can restrain himself from speaking? Behold, you have admonished and instructed many, and you have strengthened weak hands. Your words have helped the one who is stumbling to stand, and you have strengthened feeble knees. But now adversity comes upon you, and you are impatient and intolerant. It touches you, and you are horrified. Is not your fear of God and your confidence
Job chapter 5.
So Job 5 says, "Call now, is there anyone who will answer you? And to which of the Holy One's angels will you turn? For anger slays the foolish man, and jealousy kills the simple by evil. I have seen the foolish take root and outwardly prospering, but I cursed his dwelling immediately, for his destruction was certain. His children are far from safety and included in their father's room. They are oppressed and crushed in the court of justice in the city's gate, and there is no one to rescue them. The hungry devour his harvest and take it, even when it grows among the thorns. The trap opens for his wealth, for affliction does not come forth from the dust, nor does trouble spring forth from the ground. For man is born for trouble, as naturally as sparks fly upward. As for me, I will seek God and inquire of him, and I will commit my cause to God, who does great and unsearchable things, marvelous things without number. He gives rain upon the earth and sends waters upon the field, so that he sets on high those who are lowly, and he lifts to safety those who mourn. He frustrates the devices and schemes of the crafty, so that their hands cannot attain success or achieve anything of lasting worth. He catches the so-called wise in their own shrewdness, and the advice of the devious is quickly thwarted. In the daytime they meet in darkness, and at noon they grow as in the night. But God saves the innocent from the sword of the mouth of the devious, and the poor from the hand of the mighty. So the helpless have hope, and injustice shuts its mouth. Behold, how happy and fortunate is the man whom God reproves. So do not despise or reject the discipline of the Almighty, subjecting you to trial and suffering. For he inflicts pain, but he binds up and gives relief. He wounds, but his hands also heal. He will rescue you from 6 troubles. Even in 7, evil will not touch you. In famine, he will redeem you from death. And in war, from the power of the sword, you will be hidden from the scourge of the tongue. And you will not be afraid of destruction when it comes. You will laugh at violence and famine, and you will not be afraid of the wild beasts of the earth. For you will be in harmony with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field will be at peace with you. You will know also that your tent is secure and at peace, and you will visit your dwelling and fear no loss nor find anything amiss. You will know also that your descendants will be many, and your offspring as the grass of the earth. You will come to your grave in old age, like the stacking of grain on the threshing floor in its season. Behold this, ye have investigated it, and it is true. Hear and heed it, and know for yourself before your own good. Admit to what you did wrong, accept your punishment, and everything will be restored, because God is a just God. That's the wisdom that Eliphaz is teaching, even though we're going to get into that a little bit more. You're not all the way right, and you're not all the way, you should be spreading the word, but you don't know what you're talking about. But that's neither here nor there.
Job chapter 6.
Then Job answered and said, "Oh, that my grief could actually be weighed and placed in the balances together with my tragedy, to see if my grief is the grief of a coward. For now it will be heavier than the sand of the sea. Therefore my words have been incoherent, because the arrows of the Almighty are within me. My spirit drinks their poison. The terrors of God are arrayed against me. Does the wild donkey bray when he has grass, or does the ox low over his fodder? Can something that has no taste to it be eaten without salt? Or is there any flavor in the white of an egg? My soul refuses to touch them. Such things are like loathsome food to me, sickening and repugnant. Oh, that my request would come to pass, and that God would grant me the thing that I long for. I wish that it would please God to crush me, that he would let loose his hand and cut me off. Then I would still have consolation, and I would jump for joy and unsparing pain. Amid unsparing pain, that I have not denied or hidden the words of the Holy One. What strength do I have left that I should wait and hope? And what is ahead of me that I should be patient and endure? Is my strength and endurance that of stone, or is my flesh made of bronze? Is it that I have no help within myself, and that success and wisdom have been driven from me? For the despairing man there should be kindness from his friends, so that he does not abandon and turn away from the fear of the Almighty. My brothers have acted deceitfully like a brook, like the torrents of brooks that vanish, which are dull and dirty because of ice, and into which the snow melts and hides itself. When it is warm, they are silent and cease to flow. When it is hot, they vanish from their place. The paths of their course wind along. They go up into nothing and perish. Your counsel is as helpful to me as a dry steam bed in the heat of summer. The caravans of Tema looked for water. The caravans of Sheba waited for them in vain. They were put to shame and disappointed because they had trusted that they would find water. They came there and were ashamed. Indeed, you have now become like a dried up stream. You see a terror, believing me to be a victim of the wrath of God, and are afraid to be compassionate. Did I ever say, give me something? Or pay a bribe for me from your wealth? Or rescue me from the adversary's hand? Or redeem me from the hand of the tyrants? Teach me, and I will be silent, and show me how I have erred. How painful are words of honesty, but what does your argument prove? Do you intend to reprove my words with a convincing argument? When the words of one in despair belong to the wind and go ignored, you would cast lots and gamble over the fatherless and bargain away your friend. Now, please look at me and see if I lie to your face, for you know that I would not. Turn away from your suspicion and let there be no injustice. Turn away my righteousness, and vindication is still in it. Is there injustice or malice in my tongue? Can my palate not discern what is destructive?
Job chapter 7. Is not man forced to labor on earth, and are not his days like the days of a hired man? As a slave earnestly longs for the shade, and as a hired man eagerly awaits his wages, so am I allotted months of futility and suffering, and long nights of trouble and misery are appointed to me. When I lie down, I say, when shall I arise, and the night be gone? But the night continues, and I am continually tossing until the dawning of day. My body is clothed with worms and a crust of dust. My skin is hardened and broken and loathsome, and breaks out and runs. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and are spent without hope. Remember that my life is but breath, a puff of wind, a sigh. My eye will not see good again. The eye of him who sees me now will see me no more. Your eyes will be upon me, but I will not be. As a cloud vanishes and is gone, so he who goes down to Sheol, or the netherworld, in the place of the dead, does not come up. He will not return again to his house, nor will his place know about him anymore. Therefore I will not restrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul, O Lord. Am I the sea or the sea monster that you set a guard over me? When I say my bed will comfort me, my couch will ease my complaint, then you frighten me with dreams and terrify me through visions, so that I would choose suffocation, death, rather than my pain. I waste away and loathe my life. I will not live forever. Let me alone, for my days are but a breath, futile and without substance. What is man that you should magnify him and think him important, and that you are concerned about him, and that you examine him every morning, and try and test him every moment? Will you never turn your gaze away from me? It plagues me, nor let me alone until I swallow my spittle. If I have sinned, what harm have I done to you, O watcher of mankind? Why have you set me as a target for you, so that I am a burden to myself? Why then do you not pardon my transgression and take away my sin and guilt? For now I will lie down in the dust, and you will seek me diligently, but I will not be.
John chapter 16, verses 12 to 15. I have many more things to say to you, but you cannot bear to hear them now. But when He, the Spirit of truth, comes, He will guide you into all the truth, full and complete truth. For He will not speak on His own initiative, but He will speak whatever He hears from the Father, the message regarding the Son, and He will disclose to you what is to come in the future. He will glorify and honor me, because He, the Holy Spirit, will take from what is mine and will disclose it to you. All things that the Father has are mine. Because of this I said that He, the Spirit, will take from what is mine and will reveal it to you. And that ends our audio Bible reading. Make sure you like this video, Subscribe if you have not, and comment if you feel led to. I can't wait to see y'all in the next video. Really, we are just making sure we are staying dwelling in the word, making sure we are saturating our minds with the word. Our ears, our lips should always be filled with the word. So just trying to add to y'all's resources of how y'all are able to engage with the word. So let me know if you like it. And yeah, I pray y'all have an amazingly blessed, beautiful, wonderful, magnificent rest of your evening. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.